I shall honor our agreement, Kareem, if you bring me the orb. But return to me again empty-handed, and I'll bathe the starways in your blood. Mad Alliance was howling because Joe, aka Mad Joe FC. So in this video, I've come up with this because I've been putting a lot of thought into this ever since I saw the movie, and I've even after reading the comic before, I've been putting thought into this and how exactly it would work. So this is my anatomy of the snap from Avengers Infinity War. And yes, the movie's been out for over 2 weeks, so if this video will probably have potential spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie by now, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, I don't know what to tell you. Get to your local theater and see the movie. Okay, it's been 2 weeks. If you want to see it bad enough, you would have seen it by now. So yeah, this is gonna be my anatomy of Thanos' finger snap, and basically what each stone did for the snap to be effective. Because remember, to wipe out half a life on the universe, he needed all 6 stones to do it, which means all 6 stones were used for the snap. So I could see people asking questions like, well, how was this stone used? What did this stone do specifically for the snap to work? So, okay, I'm gonna start with the Power Stone because basically, this is my left hand. So basically, the gauntlet in the MCU, it goes Power Stone, Space Stone, Reality Stone, Soul Stone, Time Stone, and Mind Stone. So I'm gonna go in that order. Okay. So the Power Stone, the way that I see it worked to make the snap possible and effective. Well, the Power Stone is basically it's called the Power Stone. So basically, the Power Stone is just a power source for the other stones. And what I mean by that is all the stones are powerful on their own, but the Power Stone basically gives more power to its sister stones. It gives more power to all the other 5 stones. It gives more power than they already had, So that's how I see the Power Stone being used to make the snap effective. And also, again, like I said, it's called the Power Stone. So just that, raw power on its own, it just gave the power to make the snap effective. And the Space Stone, okay? The Space Stone, the way I see it is, the Power Stone gave it more power to be more effective. And then also, the Space Stone, it can open portals and stuff, So the way that I see it being used for the snap is basically, some of these are going to be harder to explain than others. Basically, since the entire universe is huge, that's a lot of people, okay? So I see the Space Stone being used to cover half of life on the entire universe. If I'm trying to see, like I said, it's going to be harder. Some are harder to explain than others. I'm trying to explain it to where it makes sense. Okay, the Space Stone, it can open portals and stuff. It covers space. So yeah, just imagine the Space Stone is being used to cover the space of the entire universe. Okay, so that it can get half of life across the entire universe. Okay, so that's how I see the Space Stone being used. The Reality Stone, like I said, some are going to be harder to explain, some are going to be easier to explain. The Reality Stone is the easy one to explain. It's called the Reality Stone. So the way I see it is, again, the Power Stone gives more power to the reality stone than it already had. And then also, the reality stone just makes it simply a reality to be able to wipe out half of life across the entire universe. And that's pretty much it for how I think the reality stone is used to make the snap effective. The soul stone, okay, some of these are going to be easier to explain, some of these are going to be hard to explain, and some of these could just be me reaching, okay? This could just be me reaching, but like I said, I've been putting thought into it. The soul stone, what I think, again, the power stone giving it more power than it already has. And then also, it's called the soul stone. So what I feel is the soul stone works in unison with the space stone covering space of the entire universe to get half of life. And then the soul stone works with that to claim the souls of half of life in the universe, because it's called the soul stone, so it can put people's souls in the stone. So it works with the space stone to cover all the souls of the entire universe, So, like I said, that one could just be me reaching, but like I've been putting thought into this, okay? I've been putting thought into this before I decided to do a video for it. So that's how I see the soul stone working to make the snap effective. The time stone, the way I see it working is, again, the power stone giving it more power than it already has. And let me think of how to explain it. I have it in my head. I just don't know how to speak it I don't know how to speak what I'm visually thinking. I'm trying Okay, so basically it's called the time stone. So the way I see it is the time stone gives you the power to take half of life from the universe at the same time. Of course, people were dispersing not exactly at the same time, but you know what I mean, like one after the other pretty much is all, is happening around the same time. The power stone giving the time stone more power than it already had, that the time stone is being used to make this snap, this dispersing of people, to make it happen in the same time. If that makes sense. People start dispersing one after another at the same time. Okay? And then finally, the Mind Stone. Again, this one could just be me reaching. Again, Power Stone giving it more power than it already has. And then the Mind's basically, Thanos would use the Mind Stone to... Okay. I have it in my head visually. I'm really stumped on this one. I mean, I have it in my head visually, but I just don't know how to put it into words. Okay, so that took a while. That, of course, I just cut it so that you guys didn't have to go through that. But that took at least a good 5 minutes for me to think of what I was visually thinking and how to verbally speak it to you guys. So, okay, the Mind Stone, it gives its user the ability to do telepathy, and it gives the user more intelligence, the ability of intelligence. So that means more intelligence. So I feel the Mind Stone, Thanos had to use the Mind Stone, giving him the intelligence to understand and know how to use all the other stones to be able to make the snap work. So what I mean by that specifically is, like I was saying, how I think that the Soul Stone works with the Space Stone. The Space Stone, covers space of half the universe. The Soul Stone pretty much claims half of the souls across the universe. Things like that you would have to think of, how I did with the Mind Stone. You know, Thanos would be given the intelligence so that he would know right away, right on the dot, how to use all these stones together to make the snap work. Because yes, all he does is wish and snaps his fingers, but with all the stones together, I would think that, you know, there's a bit more that's to go into it. There would be a bit of thinking, and with the Mind Stone, he wouldn't really have to do that thinking, because the Mind Stone would let him understand at that moment how to use all the stones in unison together to make the snap work. So, oh, that's actually the last one. I covered that faster than I thought I would. So yeah, that's just my anatomy. That's how I see it. And like I said, some of these could be reaching, especially the Soul Stone, the Mind Stone. I think those could just be me reaching. But those were just my thoughts, my anatomy. Let me know if you have an anatomy, or let me know your thoughts on how you think the stones work together. Or do you agree with mine? Do you have your own different opinions? I'm sure I'm not the first one to have thought of this, but like ever since I've read the comic, I understand he could do it with just the snap of his fingers, but it's still interesting to know, well, he needs all the stones for the snap to be effective. So obviously all the stones have to be used in their own way to make it work. So it just makes you think, how is each stone used in its own way to make the snap work? So that's something I've been thinking about for a long time. And then I just, you know, really started thinking about it again once the movie was getting closer and we knew we were going to see the snap. You know, I just really wanted to know how this worked. So this isn't anything that's been like confirmed or anything. Like I said, and like I've said tons of times, and like the title of the video says, it's just my anatomy of it. Okay. So yeah, if you did enjoy this video, let me know what you thought. Links for all my social media will be down below in the description box. Smash the like button. Also, if there's any future topics, predictions, theories, discussions that you would like to see videos from me for Avengers Infinity War, leave your requests for videos down below in the comments section. Share this video with anyone you feel would enjoy. If you are new around here and you like what you see, tap the subscribe button and ding dong notification bell to join the MAD Alliance on our journey to 100,000 subscribers. And we recently just got 13K on the channel already. That's absolutely crazy. It's like we're getting 1,000 subscribers like every single month, reaching a new 1,000 number of subscribers. So I really do want to thank all of you new recent subscribers who have joined the MAD Alliance. My name's Joe, aka Mad Joe C. Hope you all have a marvelous day. MAD out. MAD strong. Together.